Okay, well, I thought it was one of the best start to finishes that we've had. Really proud of just the edge that we played with our defense, and individually, I mean, and just Jeremy Roach was on another level. He's been playing that way, but 19 and 10. Thought him and Tyrese, in our backcourt, they each had a couple turnovers late, but besides that, they played close to a perfect game. And their defense, they played both ends. Thought it was maybe Mark Mitchell's best game. I thought Mark gave us a huge boost, really consistently throughout the whole game, and we were able to avoid some foul trouble with Derek and Flip in that first half. Other guys stepped up and really just keeping our foot on the gas. So proud of the effort, proud of the win, and taking care of home court. So happy to answer any questions.
Coach, you guys are now 4-5 in your last 5 games. Well, not 4. I'm sorry. You guys have won 4 of your last 5 games, including the Virginia ending. Just talk about how important these past 2 weeks have been for your continuity and how integral that has been leading into tournament play.
It's been really important for us, and throughout the years we, whether it was injury, whether it was adversity with a loss or a setback, we just kept saying stick together, let's be at our best when it really matters. And I give these guys a lot of credit because they haven't pointed the finger. They've continued to work. Each of them have gone better. We spent a lot of time in practice working on individual work, just individual player development, which has been, I think you can see the growth that our guys have made throughout the course of the season, and of course understanding who you're playing with and how to play to each other's strengths, and I thought that was evident tonight.
John, to follow up with that, your players in the locker room are always, tonight they were talking about being connected, communicating, offense and defense, finding their teammates, switching, is that the kind of thing that a young team takes a while to develop, and has your team developed that now?
Yeah, I don't know if we're all the way there where we want to be, but we understand what it takes to win. And the beginning of the year, you're just the value of every possession, the value of talking on switches, making the right kick or the right read. They're used to just them scoring is always the best play. Now, teams have game plans, and also I think that's a huge thing for freshmen to adjust to. As you get into ACC play, people have different game plans against you. So I think that's absolutely true for our group. Where we're at right now, we are connected, just even the assists. Take out some of those turnovers. Last couple of minutes, we've been well over 2-1. Our offense, we're pushing it more. We're flowing into things, and that's how I want to play.
Having 5 guys scoring double figures, that's.
Yeah, the balance is key. That's happened now 2 games in a row, and Mark has really come on. Flip has been there, and Derek is he does so much to impact the game. I'm just so proud of his growth from the beginning of the season. So those 5 guys, scoring in double digits again, that's great. But we can hurt you. Really, all eight guys that play the majority of the minutes, they can do that.
John, your defense on Couture, you only attempted 4 shots. And how'd you guys do that? It was mostly Tyrese, I think, right?
Yeah, give Tyrese a lot of credit. You have to be incredibly disciplined chasing him all over the court. And Couture had 12 threes against us the last 2 times we played him. We know very well how good he is, and Tyrese won that challenge. We're lucky to have bigs that can really switch too. So on a lot of those handoffs, top of the floor, we switched them, took away the 3, and then we have guards that can move their feet, keep guys in front, and that was a big key. But it's credit to Tyrese and the job that he did, especially to start the game on.
You mentioned the assist, career high assist for Jeremy Roach, and Philip was talking about how much fun the game is when they're sharing the ball. Is that something that comes with age? Because Mark was talking about growth as a team. So is that something that's been developed?
Yeah, it's definitely been developed. I can't understate how important it is just to have time where this group has been able to play on the floor together. And that's where you can really grow, because like for Jeremy, knowing how to play with Derek, and Tyrese. Derek is he's unique. Like, he's just a difference maker with his ability to screen and rim run for a lob threat, play behind the defense. He's just a different kind of guy. And Flip, Mark, Derek or Jake, I could go on and on. Just how to play with those guys. And so for Jeremy, he came back with a completely different team. And so I'm just proud of him for playing aggressively, but also playing instinctually. And that's what we need him to do.
Jon, back to Couture for a second. Was there an element in the scouting discussions like, hey, if one of their other guys beats us, fine, but we're not letting this guy do this again? I mean, was that a discussion that you had with Tyrese or with the team?
You know what? I give the team credit. They said it without even me having to make a huge thing about it. Tyrese, it was the matchup anyway, but he wanted that matchup. As a team, we knew how the last game felt against them in their place. And Couture, the last 2 times we played him, we lost, and he's probably the biggest reason. And when he's going, of course he had 5 threes against us last time. It's 15 points, but it opens up so much more for their group. And so his baskets are worth more. He's one of those guys. And so that was a huge point of emphasis for our defense.
Let me go back to something you were saying about Derek. If the lob to the post was easy, everybody with 7-footer would do it. What is it about Derek and this team that makes that play so successful for you?
Well, one, it's his athleticism, and he's really smart. Like, he understands different pick and roll coverages, and teams have kind of played us every which way. They've blitzed us, they've gone under, they've just hedged, they've dropped. And Derek understands what the defense is and then how to attack it. But then also our guards, they're not easy passes to make. Like, there's active hands, and they're still trying to take it away, and it just takes some time to work on the timing of it all and understanding the reads. So, but it's really Derek, his athleticism, his ability to run the floor and play high above the rim.
Jon, staying on Derek, the ability to not only block a shot but to turn it into a turnover. Is that something you've worked with him, or is it just
I can't take credit for that. I wish I could. I actually, yes, I've actually worked with him every day on how to block shots and not block it out of bounds. I take full credit for that. I'm just telling you. But he's a natural at it, and I think the biggest thing that he's learned, and Emil Jefferson now, he can really block shots, and they worked hard with each other, just how to go straight up and do it without fouling. That was a big thing, especially the first 10, 15 games of the year. He was protecting our rim, but he was getting in foul trouble. Tonight was a rare exception, and I thought they were, I don't even remember the calls in the first half. But that's the biggest thing for him. And he had 3 block shots, but the amount of shots he alters is way more than that.
Does Flip just shrug off some of the physical things that have happened to him this year? It seems like every game there's something. Maybe not just for different teams, but just in general.
Yeah, he's been that guy, and I feel for him. He's gotten hit a lot, but he's tough, And with Flip, I thought he did a really good job. He didn't get any great flow in the first half because of the foul trouble. He's just sticking with it, and he just has a really good knack around the basket. I didn't like his 1 foul, for his 4th foul. He reached down, but besides that, he's playing really hard, and I thought he had a great edge tonight, no matter what had happened.
What does the prep work look like for Tyrese this past week? Like, you've got season low, 2 3-point attempts for Hunter Couture. Guarding him is different than guarding someone like El Ellis or someone that's going to use 50 ball screens. He's setting screens, he's running off handoffs, he's coming off down screens. How did you guys get Tyrese ready for that assignment today?
Well, one, Chris Carroll had to scout, and he did a great job making it simple because they don't have a simple offense, and also understanding the main actions for Couture. And Tyrese is a great student of the game. He's always watching film. He sees things in a different way, just at high level. And so as he's running off, they run a lot of misdirection. He just stayed right with them. And you have to have the focus to. It's hard with Couture. the focus when he doesn't have the ball. To your point, mostly it's when a guy gets it. That's when they're the biggest threat. With Couture, when he doesn't have it, that's when he's the biggest threat. And so Tyrese just stayed locked in. Our bigs being able to switch was a big deal, but it's his focus and determination.
Coach, this one is for you. It's only, with a month left in the college basketball season and, being your first year here at Duke as head coach, can you just talk about the experience that you've had and, how you're cherishing it as it, winds down?
I'm just trying to really be in the moment right now and proud of what we've done, really proud of this group. And it's hard to reflect, it's hard to really look far ahead and just, proud of this win, and we know we have another big one on Tuesday, and we have a lot more we can accomplish.
Other than Couture, anything else you thought you did better defensively than the first time you played him?
I thought we were really disruptive on defense, and just even we haven't been a big team that pressures this year, but I thought our pressure ramped up, and the way we call it impact. When you impact the ball and just have active hands and make it hard for them to run their offense. Now they're still going to do it because they're really good and they run sharp offense. But I thought we were disruptive and didn't make life easy for them running offense.
I mean, two turnovers in the first half. What have y'all changed to cut those down? I mean, since the Miami game, it seems like it's been a totally different mindset.
It has, just understanding the difference of winning and losing. And in some of those games that we've lost this year, teams might have scored more points on us. A lot of them are, I don't want to say they're gifts, but it's off of our turnovers. And so just watching film after every game, a lot of individual film as a team, us talking about it as a coaching staff, but then I give our guys, our players credit because they've embraced it, and you'll hear them in the huddles. All of a sudden there's a turnover or a soft pass, and they're calling each other out. And that's when you really start to have something great, when there's accountability from within, and we have that right now.
All right, Coach, Jeremy Roach, 19 points, 10 assists. When he sees the floor as well as he did tonight, how dangerous can he be?
Yeah, he's a difference maker for us. He's been that way all year, and he needs to do it again on Tuesday.
All right, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.